Here you can see how they have explained, like some car is running and they are not have a major fault in car, so they are working properly, but after some time of interval it needed service. So that kind of thing warning usually do. So warning needs warning means knowing about what the consequences happen in a future if we are not going to update. So that kind we know. Hello all. Today we will learn about the warning. Warning is the extension of the exception handling. Here we can see how it is necessary for developer. Like here you can see the example we have written here, like car is running on car and there is just some problem, might be some service is needed. So that kind of information is called warning. So developer, they know about it, where we need to update in our code, but it is not necessary that code wouldn't work for the end user. It will work, but in our console it will give the warning sign, so you need to update, otherwise it will won't work in the future. So we need to update it. So that's the way we can give the information to our developer, so need to be updated. Here you can see the how warning sign works. It is a warning module. There you can write your message like warning.warn, whatever the message you can write. And next thing we will learn how we can customize our warning module, and all the argument is necessary to fill, so our warning module will work properly. Here you can see we have written import warning and printed hello world and printed goodbye. Then after that we have messaged here the warning sign, and you can see how it will works the warning sign. I am warning, it will run as this simple we have written here. And also you can also learn here how it will executed in our code, inside our code. So print, whatever the print command we are writing here, it is not about just writing print command. Inside there OS command is working like system standard out, so it will execute our print command. But what warning sign, it will not executed by standard output. It will executed array, whatever the system array is throwing, it will execute it from that point. So here you can see how can our warning function has been need to be updated on the basis of whatever the requirement. We need to provide all the argument. Like here we have written 6 main argument, you can write it here, so your customized output will throw by the warning code. So here you can see if you have not written anything here, it will throw a simple message whatever you want. So this is default, but if you want to be that warning so as error, you can mention here warning dot simple filter. So you need to be it's just kind of you can say decorator we will learn in ops concept. So it will, you can say, modifying our warning.warn function, so how it will behave. If we provided argument error, it will throw an error as exceptions. And then after that, if we want to be ignore whatever the warning sign we have written in our code, we need to be warning dot simple filter, type it here ignore, and sometime also needed. So somewhere we have written ignore, somewhere written here error, but we want to be whatever the cases we need to be display all time. You can also write it always. And if you want to be write our warning in a module, whatever the module we were following, in a one module, you can write it here. it won't go to up to depth of dependencies. So, and if you want to be so only one times, you can write it here, warning simple dot once. Let's see how it will work. So we have written to ignore the warning sign. So first of all, we have imported our warning, and then we want to be ignored whatever the warning sign, and we hope so we will get hello and goodbye only. You can see here our warning sign has been ignored. Then after that, if you want to be show as an error whatever the warning you have provided, so if you want to be show as, it will throw an error definitely. And here you can also learn about the types. If you providing whatever function you want to be behave like, but you can also provide your argument what kind of warning signs you want to be execute. Like earlier we have seen whatever the warning sign, it was a user warning, but in the last you can also learn the types of warning signs. So how many, like here you can say 2 types of warning here has been written. So whatever warning sign you want to be write it here, you can just mention here category, and then it will execute for you. Here you can say user warning, ignore, and error depreciation warning, you can see here. So you want to be show the depreciation warning only, you can see how it will works. So we have written import warnings dot simple filter, ignore whatever the user warning, and warning simple filter throw an error. If some depreciation warning means some dependencies version has been loaded, you can throw an error there. So here you can see warning dot warn bad news. Here we have seen the nothing, we have not provided any other argument. It will definitely throw nothing, just because of it's a user warning, and user warning we have provided simple filter, you need to be ignored. And here you can say very bad news, and here we have mentioned this is the belongs to the depreciation warning, so it will throw an error. Here you can see first thing has been ignored, just because we have provided simple filter ignore, and we want to be default. Definitely we will get badness, we need to update something else. So always we want to be write it here, so provide some argument like always here, and it will definitely print for us. Then after that write whatever the argument you want to be, and you can provide which category you want to be printed here. You can see here the user warning has been running, but you can see the depreciation warning is not running. It is just a error we have earlier said you can throw here, so it has been thrown for us. And you can see here the classes of the warning. So you can see here the warning, it is a default warning, and user warning, depreciation warning, and syntax warning, runtime warning, future warning, pending depreciation warning, import warning, Unicode warning, and bytes warning, resource warning. So it is all about the description, what a function usually do. It is all about the warning we have completed. You can filter out your warning just by this category, and it will run for you. Then we can see the breath command. Breath command, it is nothing else, but usually we seen in our code breath command is truly used anywhere. Why it is so? Breath command is the simplest form to write it. If you writing some try and accept command, so there it will write for you without any caring about exception handling. It will handle for all of you if you write only beth command. Here you can see how it has been written. So likewise, if you want to be open up some file, so first of all we have to write it other code as well. Like we want to be test text, okay, and then after that we want to be open it. So open it in w command, and then you can close it. Earlier we have seen in file handling there, if we are opening in a w form, so we need to close it, otherwise it will hamper our whatever the text we have written. So we need to be write it in 3 line, but sometime we needed to try and accept, to write in try and accept, so our code will work properly. So if some file is not supportable, like in other extension format, that file extension has been different than text or whatever the other things, so there need to be try and accept command need to be right. But you can see here how we have open our file, and if everything is correct, then you should write it here, and then after that finally you need to be close. So earlier we have seen also how finally command will work. Anyhow finally command will work, it don't care, it will go in try block or accept block. So we need to be write it here almost 5 lines to execute in a proper way our file handling in a write mode. So you can also write, see here we have handle exceptions as well, so it will run properly, just because they don't care hello text is file is here or not. It will executed our command exception, and then after that finally you can see here, and we didn't get any exceptions. Why so? Here you can say, oh, hello world we have already created. You can see in write mode, so it will throw if any file won't exist, so it will create for you file. But here you can see we have provided sorry, like other kind of, definitely we will get error. Here you can see they didn't get any such kind of file. Earlier we have seen how our code is so lengthy. You can see here almost 10 line has been written for open up file and write something, and after that you are getting some error, like your text has been not supporting here, so you should write it whatever the exception here, then after that finally closed. But whatever we have did it will done by only just 2 line of code, like beth open file and whatever the mode as a file, and then after that you can write, and it will automatically closed file for you. Your file never be hampered. Okay, so that's all. Today we will learn about tomorrow about how to input output our Python. We have forgetted to learn about that, but that thing is much more important. Then after that we will learn about how our Python function will work and what kind of parameter is needed, like argument and such other things we have to learn here. Thank you to all.